Unilever Oss is one of the largest food manufacturing factories in the world. Part and parcel of this type of production process is the use of a lot of water, both for the production process as well as for cleaning, which means we're left with a lot of waste water. Up until now, here in Oss, we simply discharged wastewater into the river via the municipality's water purification plant. However, taking into consideration Unilever's environmental objectives and financial objectives, we've decided to look into the possibility of partial water purification here on site. In my mind, it's all about what's best for the environment. They used to say to me, "It's only water, why worry about it?" But those days are long gone. We're a large factory and carry a heavy burden of responsibility. How can we best work respecting the environment? It didn't take us long in Oss to decide on a DAF unit as a water purification installation. I immediately thought of Frank Kruip. I knew him from one of our other plants, Calvé in Delft. Via engineering consultants, we'd had a DAF installation installed in Delft. That thing didn't work at all as required. We had a 10% yield instead of the promised 40%. At that moment, Frank Kruip was called in to analyze what was wrong and why. And in a few months, he had the installation running at between 50 and 60% yield. In just a couple of weeks, Frank came up with a concept that covered what sort of installation we needed, which model, which size would be ideal for our demand, and all at a reasonable price. We discussed this with our director here, and we had such faith in Frank's skills that after a couple of months we'd worked out all the plans and we asked Frank to deliver the installation. The burden of waste in our wastewater is mainly organic and is composed of proteins and fats. The first thing that comes to mind is aerobic or anaerobic purification. You could ask, why don't we filter the wastewater immediately? That's asking for a lot of work and maintenance, keeping all the filters clean, for instance. Although Limburg Filter doesn't manufacture the installations itself, it guarantees a tailor-made design. We challenge ourselves on always finding the best solution for our clients so that they can work both cleaner and have a higher yield. The technology that Frank proposed to us was dissolved air flotation, or DAF. The DAF installation that Limburg Filter designed for us matched our requirements perfectly. A standalone system with a high yield. That Limburg Filter delivers has three characteristics. One, it's the best solution for the client. Two, it's a robust and clever design. And three, it's built in such a way that it's a pleasure for the user to work with. Because the standard is used here, maintenance has become much simpler. I have no wish to spend hours experimenting. Instead, together with Unox, I want to build a robust and clever system. At present, we have a 60% yield on purification. That's roughly 40 tons of sludge per week, and we're on the way to the 70% mark. It was totally new for us, a completely different process than we were used to. I'm glad that we're working together with Limburg Filter. It's important for a supplier to be reliable, and that's what Frank is. He keeps his promises. Frank was always our contact person. He's always got his finger on the pulse. I've learned an awful lot from this project. Limburg Filter gives a process guarantee. They guarantee it works, and it does. Nobody likes waste. We all want to make a healthy world for our children to live in. So, if you work with liquids, why not get the most out of them?